how are you coping with quarantine in general?
Well, I'm in the US right now, and the state that I am in is not as bad as other states. And I have not had to do things like wait online at a supermarket. The supermarkets have been empty. We've been able to get most of what we needed. We are allowed to take walks, so I've been able to go around my neighborhood and take walks with my kids. So it has not been bad, and alcohol is on sale.
I love how you said that.
So that's okay. Yeah, because it's an issue for certain people, and I can understand because I went alcohol free for Lent, and let me tell you, come Easter Sunday, I sat there and I'm like, oh, I'm not going to break my fast. I'm actually, going to continue. And then, like 10 minutes later, that was the end of that. So I get it. I get it. I get it. Yeah.
But it's good to have you here. You're not in St. Lucia. I want to get into knowing a little bit about you, why you do what you do, how you do what you do. I always start my show by asking every single person, who are you? Who is Taribba?
Who is Taribba? Good questions. Well, that's a hard question. I mean, I wear so many hats, is the long and short of it. I mean, I'm a wife, I'm a mother, I'm a businesswoman, I'm a daughter, I'm a sister. I mean, I dabble in so many things. I like to tell people I do just enough to get by. That's my usual answer to people when they ask what I do, because, I mean, I make my bags, I host things, I give speeches, I give presentations, motivational speeches, I tour. I mean, I just live my life doing what makes me happy, and so far so good. Yeah. But I mean, at the end of the day, everyone knows me for my bags, right? It was the bags that opened all of these avenues for me to do all these other things that I love doing. So I am the bag lady, owner, creative director of Meme Bete Bags, based in St. Lucia, St. Lucian brand, St. Lucian made bags and accessories. Don't mind that I'm in Virginia right now. It is a local brand. Local as in St. Lucia, not local as in Virginia.
And why did you decide you were going to get into this journey?
Well, I was always creative. I always had a creative side. I come from a long line of seamstresses. I say that all the time. Kudos to my grandmothers and my aunts. So very good seamstresses. All my aunts can sew. My mom, everybody can sew very well on both sides of the family. And I've always had that creative edge, but I've always been very academic. So it was in following my academic stream that I met business women for the first time. And that was before entrepreneurship was this sexy topic. That was before entrepreneurship was in style. We're talking about like 2006. And these were really young women, like early 20s, and they had their own businesses. They were designers, jewelry designers, clothing designers. And for me, it was like, wow. I'm like, I can design, I can create. Now, living in Ethiopia, that's where I started everything. We had
before you get into Ethiopia, we're still getting a little bit of feedback. So there's a little bit of feedback coming through when you speak. So I do want people to miss a thing, not one single thing. We want to know what early collection doing in Ethiopia. How you reach there?
How I reached
there. So before we get into it, okay, let me see. Now say something. Let me hear if you.
Hello.
Somebody was just saying that they were getting feedback as well.
Okay. Is this better now?
This is perfect.
Okay, I'm just realizing, why was the volume on my phone up? Like, I don't need to hear. I'm hearing you here. That defeats the whole purpose, right?
I know it doesn't.
No. Anyways, we tried it for the first time, trying to things. So.
It's okay, the cherry blossom, right?
So yeah, so like I said, I was doing an internship in Ethiopia. Okay, I'm a project manager by profession, actually, in international development. So that would be projects in water and sanitation was what I was working on, and just working with NGOs. And the one project I was working on was helping business women become export ready. So that's why I was able to meet a lot of business women who were very young, and I thought it to be so inspiring. So inspiring. And
so go ahead.
Yeah, like I said, that was before entrepreneurship was a thing. I'm 38 years old now. That was back in like 2006, 2005, 2006. And that was the first time that I saw like young 20-year-old people with degrees being like, okay, I'm going to do something for myself, as opposed to I'm going to look for this new big corporate or government job. So being that I had this creative side, being that I came from a long line of seamstresses, like I said, on both sides of my family, my grandmothers and my aunts and my mom can sew very well. I always had that creativity instilled inside of me. My mom had a carnival band for 30 something odd years, so even in the mass camp, making costumes and everything. I thought to myself, okay, these ladies are doing it, let me try. So started off as a little side gig. Ethiopia has a massive creative industry sector and a very big leather sector. And leather was not a material that I knew much about, but I loved it when I got there. And of course, and I love the African print. So it was not African print was not like sexy like is now. Back when I was doing
Mhm.
it, let me tell you. And I thought to myself, well, why don't I mix the two and make something nice? So that's how I started. It started off as a side gig, then fast forward, moved back to St. Lucia, continued doing it while I was working, then reached a point where both my work and the company was suffering, and I had to make a decision to choose one over the other. And of course, I chose my business because I can always go back to work.
Now
If,
you had a small stunt in Italy. How did Italy come into?
well, the thing is, I was largely self taught.
Mhm.
I did meet a young guy who was a leathersmith who showed me the ropes, showed me all the merchants where to buy the stuff. Every time I got stuck, he would show me what to do. He was actually a trained person. But when I took the plunge to quit my job in St. Lucia and take this full time, I recognized that I should not really be training people to make bags the way I was making it because I knew that there were obviously things that I was probably doing incorrectly and that there were probably easier ways to do things. Then I thought, okay, let me get a bit of formal training on how to do things because I was invested in proper machinery and stuff. And I'm like, okay, I don't even know what machinery to buy. So
What was that important for you?
because quality is important for me, right? I like to, my brand is known for its quality. My brand is known for its finishing. I want to keep it to a certain standard. And I knew that I was not meeting the standards that I want. You always your own worst critic. So
Mhm.
I just felt like, okay, this is nice and people are buying it. But if I'm going to start producing this on a larger scale, they need to be better. So just before I opened my atelier, I went to Italy for 10 days, I think it was, and it was a one-on-one intensive training, 8 hours a day, and it was amazing. It was a dream come true. I was in a lady's atelier. It was undivided attention, and it blew my mind the things that I was doing wrong. You know, when they say you don't know what you don't know, I really
Mhm.
did not know what I did not know. Like things I thought I knew, I was like, no, and things that I should have been doing that I hadn't a clue I was supposed to be doing it. She's like, and it made all of a difference. And so that way I was able to train people to sew in a better way than how I was doing it.
Now
And knowing also what tools that I should invest in, what machines I should invest in, etc.
you chose bags. Why bags? Why purses?
Because I am not a bag person. Because yeah, my favorite bags are the littlest bags that I make. I kid you not. That's the bags that I prefer. And I know West Indian women, well, Lucian women like these big honking bags that can fit their child and two dogs. I don't get it. But everything you start is out of a need. So the bags that I saw in Ethiopia were not bags I liked. So I thought, let me design bags I liked. It was very easy to walk into any atelier in Ethiopia and get your bag customized. For one, I don't like black. That's a color you would rarely see at Meme Bete. I like a lot of color. And Ethiopia had so many beautiful colors of leather. And I said to myself, why are you always making black and brown bags? You have this beautiful purple leather, you have this beautiful red leather. And so I said, okay, well, let me design stuff that's brightly colored. And that was it. And something that was small and compact that can take the few things that I need. That is why I started bags. A lot of people always tell me to go into clothing and garments, but bags are so easy to sell because either you like it or you don't. I
True.
don't have to worry about the fit. It doesn't fit right, body types. And you know what? I cannot sew clothing to save my soul. Trust me.
Really?
No, I cannot. I cannot. I've made things for myself and I can tell you they malfit. I know how it not feeling right on me and I could not in good faith make anything. Um, to sell. I did a prom dress for somebody once, which wasn't too bad. But that, I mean, it was a family friend and they asked and stuff like that. So, but otherwise, no, I don't do clothing. We do a couple of things for men. We do shorts, but that's not me. That's the supervisor in my atelier in St. Lucia, and she's in charge of that aspect. I won't even bother attempt to make a pair of shorts. I made a pair of puff pants for a baby this year. That's
Really?
about it. So I thought about the little set. It had the bib and the puff pants and the little bag. So I did the puff pants, but my mom had to cut it for me because I just didn't have a clue.
What are some of the challenges you face with making bags or even being out of the island and having a business in the island?
Well, this out of the island thing is a new phenomenon, obviously because of this COVID. My family is here. It's I would be going back and forth, but I figured, okay, I'm going to. I mean, I really literally got out in the nick of time. I traveled the Saturday. The shutdown was the Sunday, I think. So I said, okay, I need to get out of here. And we did, prior to the government shutting down stuff in St. Lucia, I had already closed my shop because I'm like, ain't nobody coming and buy bags at this time. I don't want my staff, I don't want to risk their health, one. And two, I don't think it was prudent to be cutting materials to be making stuff that wasn't selling. And we had quite a bit of stock in the store. So we had already closed. Like I said, I wear many hats. I was doing craft videos for Excellent Stores. That's something I also do as well. That went on, I filmed that, and then I bounced. So now I'm here, not realizing that probably I will be here for a good while because, initially the plan was, I guess, to come up at a certain time and then be with the kids and do markets in the US and travel to New York and go to Essence Fest in New Orleans and then come back to St. Lucia for Carnival because I also do costume design and I had all these wonderful ideas. But when they say, if you want to hear God laugh, tell them your plans. Laughed and laughed and laughed. He laughed at the whole world, actually. He's like, look at you guys. No, none of what anybody has planned for 2020 is going to happen. So now I'm here and I'm safe and I'm healthy, thank God, because it's a very scary time. But it has actually worked out very good for me. I think I have very good loyal staff.